The Circle of Knowledge podcast is brought to you by Amplified Minds, helping entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, and dreamers take their business ideas and goals to the next level. This podcast features best-selling industry resources and the professional panel discussion by the core team at Amplified Minds. Now, here are their discussions.
Well, welcome community of achievers to the Circle of Knowledge podcast. We're super excited to be able to have you here, and today we have the team here at Amplified Minds. We have Brian Hubbard, your host, and then we have Matt Fritzsche.
Hey guys.
And also John Kovach.
What's up?
So today we're going to be talking about a fantastic book that we're very excited about. It's called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. But before we get into that book, we're going to do the fun fact of the day, and we're going to pass it over to Matt.
All right. My fun fact of the day is all growing up between the ages of 0 until I was about 21 years old, my feet, my ears, and my nose were abnormally extremely large. But now I've noticed that my feet, my nose, and my ears are not quite as large as most other people's. So I finally grew into my body, guys.
So
There's my fun fact.
We'll provide a picture in the show notes. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
kidding.
kidding.
I saw a picture of me playing soccer when I was like 9 years old. Like, dude, what are you wearing? Like, my shoes were like, they were 9s when I was 8, and they're still 9s today. But 9s when I was 8 years old, when everyone else was like 5. Like, I just had like monster feet.
And now you're saying that your ears maybe aren't as big as everybody else's. So fun fact about the ears, if you guys don't know, it's one of the body parts that never stops growing on the human body. It'll keep growing. So maybe Matt's ears are now going to grow to his head.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I hope not. That happened to my grandpa, but...
Well, everybody, we're going to be talking about the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and I know that John and Matt also have some stuff to say right off the bat, so I'm going to pass it off to them.
Yeah, just right off the bat, one of the first things that I remember from the book, and just one of my favorite concepts, we have some interesting opinions about it. Malcolm Gladwell, very phenomenal presenter, has tons of information. One of the things I loved about this book is the 10,000 hour rule, and in the fact that in order to be the best of the best, to be one of the greatest of all time, or to be as successful as you had hoped, you have to put in at least about 10,000 hours is what they calculated, and they tell the story of several groups, including Microsoft's Bill Gates, and you've got the Beatles, and then hockey players as they grow up in Canada, and some incredible opportunities that come from the time put in to accomplish something. And I agree with that to an extent, because I believe that people are born with natural talent and natural ability, and people are born with no natural talent and no natural ability. But the time put in is the time that we essentially reap our rewards, per se. So when you put the time in to do something, you should be able to benefit from that. You know, I used to play a lot of sports, football, basketball. I was mostly a track and field guy. And most of the time that I put in on and off the field, focusing on that, only made me a better runner, especially as an 800-meter runner, which is 2 laps around the track, for those who don't know what the 800-meter is. And when you put in the time to condition your heart and your lungs to be able to sprint. It's not a jog. It's not a, save your energy. It's a sprint for 2 laps. When you're able to do that, you're able to, accomplish some incredible things. And when you cross that finish line, sometimes your heart's beating so fast, but your lungs, they feel great. And it's incredible what your body can do when you put in the time. So that was kind of the thing that I wanted to lead in with, because I know we're all sports fans, but also, it's that concept of you're not gonna have success immediately. And if you do, you're an anomaly. Congratulations. Run with it and keep it going, because that's amazing. But time is essential to your success. And the more time you put into something, the more time you focus on things, I believe, in an essence, that you'll be able to accomplish great things and to become one of the best in your space, whatever that is.
So I want to tailor on something that you had mentioned. You talked about born with ability.
Yeah.
And let's put it this way, especially going off this 10,000 hour rule, right? I personally believe that you are not born with any natural abilities. No one is born with natural abilities. If you read the book Mindset, that's what a lot of it is about, is how a lot of parents lead their kids and raise them as if they had these natural abilities and to always chase these because they're naturally athletic. Well, what that does for the kids is then they look at other areas in their life where maybe they're even more interested in it, but then they go, but I'm not good at it, and no one is rewarding me for any of these, which I love to do. They're rewarding me for the thing I don't like to do, even though I have this natural ability. Therefore, if I don't have a natural ability, why waste my time there? You know, it's not going to make others happy, and I won't succeed in it because it's not a natural ability. But what I find funny, and this is something that I see, especially with my own family, is the kids. Okay, so soccer is a big sport in my family. Okay, the kids who are excelling right now with soccer, it's because when they were born, the first thing that their dad put in front of them was a soccer ball. He turned on soccer. They played video games, soccer. It was soccer, soccer, soccer. First thing he did when he got a big enough backyard is put a soccer field out there. Well, when you're raised and all you're doing is spending these hours and hours and hours around soccer, well, you're going to get good at soccer. Okay? But I just want to make sure that the message is very clear that it's about where you put your time. It's not about the talents and abilities that you have. Okay, it's about where you put your time. If you wanted to be the best mathematician out there, we'll go put some time in it, those 10,000 hours, right? For the other sets of my family, and I won't discredit any of them, but I'll say that there's a few in particular who didn't grow up with that same environment of soccer, 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 soccer. And they're not the ones who are excelling at soccer, but they excel in other things. I just don't think it's a natural ability that you're born with, and I want to make sure that it's on everyone's mind that don't focus so much on this natural ability. Go put your time into where you want to put your time in, because you can get better if you put the time in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, and I actually think if any of you are UFC fans, there's a very big name called Conor McGregor, and he has said multiple times, and it's not just him, there are athletes upon athletes that have said this, that hard work will always outperform talent. And kind of playing off of what Matt was just talking about, it's where you put the time. Because, yes, someone maybe might have an easier way of doing something, but as long as you put in the hard work, you're most likely going to outperform that individual because you're putting in the time. And just to give you an idea, because 10,000 hours, when I first heard that, I was like, wow, that's a lot. But then I had nobody talks about 10,000 hours. You don't normally hear that. So to give you guys an idea, 10,000 hours, we could say 24 hours every single day, but you're not awake 24 hours a day. You're not doing things 24 hours a day. Let's call it the average work day, 8 hours, right? Let's call it 8 hours. So if we're talking 8 hours every single day, as if you were working on your talent, which once again doesn't happen. I'm just trying to put this into perspective to give everybody an idea. 8 hours every single day, Monday through Friday, would take 1,250 days to be able to accomplish that. Well, let's break that down a little bit more, that there's 30 days in a month, which would be 41.6 months. But let's get that into years so that it makes sense for everybody. That's 3.47. So to round that up, that's 3.5 years every single day, all 30 days in the month, 8 hours every day to be able to get that 10,000 hours. Is that realistic? No, it's not, because we don't have 8 hours every single day to do that. But it gives you a perspective of what it takes to be able to do that. And no, 10,000 hours is not the magical number. It's just the hour. It's the number that's been deemed that let's put something quantifiable on something that might not be quantifiable, just to say it takes time. It goes back to what Matt was saying.
I think it's where you put your focus. If we're talking athletes here, there was some boxing coach or something or other. Again, I'm referencing Mindset, the book by Carol Dweck, but there is a boxing coach who looked at Muhammad Ali and said his fundamentals are a joke. His fighting style, everything, it's all a joke. But what he has is this. He's got his mind. I'm pointing at my mind, everyone. And that's exactly how the coach told this reporter, as he said he's got it up here. He put his time into studying. He put his time into studying the step-by-step. He sees that this guy, shifts his weight a little bit to the right. He knows that he's about to come in with the left hook, right? So he just knew because he put in the study time to defeat his opponents. It wasn't about his physical ability. It wasn't about his fundamental, where his gloves are positioned on stuff. I wish I was a boxer so I could make more sense and speak to you guys in a way that you'd understand if you're a boxer out there. So if not, I'm sorry. But it was about where he spent his time, and he spent his time up here in his mind. And that's how he defeated his opponents. It wasn't his physical abilities, it was in his mind. So for any of you out there, you have to understand, if you want to be a business owner, well, a lot of business owners for a certain period have to take on a lot of responsibilities. But does it have to be that way? No. In fact, the successful business owners are the ones who came in right from the start. They built a team around them who could handle all that stuff, and what they did is simply manage the team. Just because you want to be the best business owner doesn't mean you have to put 10,000 hours into social media marketing, 10,000 hours into marketing, 10,000 hours into sales. What it means is you need to put 10,000 hours into leading a freaking team, and that's how you will succeed. So don't think that it's a one-stop shop. There are multiple ways to get to where you want to be. Is that fair enough?
I love that, and I thought of that in the sense that, if I spend 10,000 hours, working on the same throw, the same form on a bowl when I go bowling, or if I'm doing my free throws in basketball, yeah, I may improve the ability to shoot the ball or to roll the ball towards the pins. Excuse me. But at the same time, it's about the concept. It's about what you're doing. How is that helping you lead your team to victories instead of just making the basket? I love that. It actually reminded me of a book called The World is Flat. And I know that book has a lot to do, it's a very great business book, by the way, that has a lot to do with the technological advancements in our society and how they have basically leveled the playing field for business. And I want to just say that, as soon as we exit the womb, sorry to get graphic here, but if we exit the womb, we're all equal. And the world is flat. The opportunities are amazing. And as we put in the time and focus our time, like Matt and Brian were both saying, on things that are of great value to you, then that's what's going to create you into a better leader, into a better business owner, into whatever it is you're chasing. And I think that's something to recognize. So Malcolm Gladwell, elicits this discussion of what it takes and repetition and time spent doing stuff. Well, if you want to be great at something, focus your time on what it takes to be great. Don't focus your time on one little action or one little skill. Expand your skill base, your tool set, and everything that you're able to do in order to make you the best of that space. I just think that's such an awesome concept.
Yeah, I love that, John. And I think wrapping some of this up to be able to make it make sense and also to put a challenge on the back end of this podcast is it takes time, and you have to be able to figure out what it is that's going to be your outlier. Where is the time spent best put to be able to make you an outlier in the way that you want it to be? And as Matt said, it's not 10,000 hours in every single aspect. That's why you have a team. You cannot do this by yourself. You have a family for a reason. You have friends for a reason. You have coworkers, employees for a reason, because you cannot do it yourself. But what you can do yourself is become the outlier that you need to be. So if you haven't found out what that is for you, well, find that out first of all. But if you have, this is where the action and the time needs to happen. As the example with Muhammad Ali, yes, he was thinking about it, but then he put it into action. His time spent was in his mind, but then he took that, put it into action in the ring. And now, if you don't know Muhammad Ali's name, well, he's one of the most well-known boxers ever, if not the most well-known boxer of all time, because he put it into action. And that's what we need to do. We need to figure out what it is that we're going to do to be able to take us to the next level and to become the outlier that we need to be. So with that, once again, the name of the book is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. And we just loved this book, the concept that it brings, the mindset that it gives you, and the action that you have to take to become who you need to be. But for the most part, that's it. And I just want to say thank you so much once again for coming to the Circle of Knowledge and for this podcast, because we've had a great time with you, and we look forward to the next episode. Thanks, everybody.
Hey guys, Matt Fritzsche here. I'm very excited to talk to you guys about an opportunity that my wife and I are creating for ourselves. And it's more of a movement. It's more of something that we believe in personally. We believe that right now there's such a wave of this entrepreneur idea, this be your own boss mentality, stop working for someone else, start working for yourself mentality. And it's nice and all, but it's not for everyone. And we see that. And what's more unfortunate is that we see individuals who want to be a part of that entrepreneurial group, and they go out and they try it and they create hardships for themselves. But these individuals perform so well within organizations, and we're trying to raise that awareness. We're trying to excite the intrapreneur. So what we've done is we've created a business called Intrapreneur, and we are supporting those hardworking individuals, the innovators, the implementers that are the reason for businesses' success. And we're creating a community for that individual to know where they can go to be supported, to feel great about themselves, and to uplift and inspire each other. And you can actually find us at intrapreneur.shop. We sell different clothes, we sell different accessories, all to support that individual. And what we're hoping to do here very soon is we're hoping to get our community to the point where we are going to give away a Porsche Cayman S to one hardworking individual that definitely deserves to be rewarded for being a difference maker within an organization. That's a quick message I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for listening again. Matt Fritzsche. Go check out intrapreneur.shop.
Hey, this is John with Amplified Minds. Thanks again for listening to the show. We really hope you enjoyed the Circle of Knowledge podcast. If you like the Circle of Knowledge podcast, go ahead, subscribe, rate us, and if you give us a 5-star review, we promise to give you a personal shout out here on the air. Just watch us. To learn more about Amplified Minds, go to our website at amplifiedminds.com. That's AMPLIFIEDMINDS.com. Hey, shout out to all you coaches, speakers, mentors, the superheroes of the world. We have the perfect program for you and your audiences. We have the capabilities of setting your audience and communities up in private mastermind groups and assign them a one-on-one personal accountability coach where they can help your people achieve the things that they're working towards tailored to your programs. For more information about this, go ahead and send me an email at John, that's JON, at amplifiedminds.com. I look forward to hearing from you.